In the heart of Hong Kong, there once was a place no larger than a few city blocks. Yet within that tiny space, tens of thousands of people lived. Buildings pressed against one another, rising upward without a clear plan, corridors so narrow that sunlight struggled to get in. For years, this place truly existed. It was known as the Kowloon Walled City, a place many described as dangerous, chaotic, and out of control. Yet for those who lived there, it was simply home. In 1987, around 33,000 people lived within an area of just 0.026 square kilometers, a population density unprecedented in human history. Kowloon was not only overcrowded, it was a political anomaly. Technically, it was governed by no one. China had never fully relinquished its authority. Great Britain, which administered Hong Kong, preferred not to intervene. An ambiguity that lasted decades, turning Kowloon into a gray zone beyond the maps of power. The result? A suspended territory where official laws did not reach and every form of order emerged from below. At first, Kowloon was not a slum. It was a Chinese military fort, built in the 19th century as a symbol of presence and control beside the new British colony. Over time, international treaties and political ambiguities made it an awkward place. Missionaries, farmers, and refugees began to settle there. During World War II, the Japanese occupation destroyed the walls, but the city did not disappear. On the contrary, after the war, thousands of people fleeing found refuge right there, among the ruins of an authority that no longer existed. For the government of Hong Kong, Kowloon was a problem, a black hole of iniquity, as it was officially described. No taxes, no police, no healthcare system. Criminal organizations found fertile ground. Drugs, gambling, and prostitution existed just a few meters away from improvised schools and artisan workshops. But Kowloon was not only crime, it was also families, workers, children playing in the alleys, people who, amid the chaos, led surprisingly normal lives, a place difficult to judge with simple categories. When space ran out, Kowloon did the only thing possible. It grew vertically. Buildings were constructed one atop another, often without official plans, up to 14 stories high, so close that they merged into a single compact mass. The alleys were 1 or 2 meters wide. On the upper levels, a network of passageways allowed people to cross the entire city without ever touching the ground. In some places, sunlight never arrived directly. That is why Kowloon was nicknamed the City of Darkness. Artificial lights stayed on even in broad daylight. Yet inside, life went on. In the 1980s, the decision became inevitable. Kowloon had to be demolished. The government contacted every single resident. Many accepted compensation. Others were forcibly evicted. In 1991, bulldozers entered the city, and in just a few years, an entire world disappeared. In its place, in 1995, the Kowloon Walled City Park was inaugurated, an orderly, quiet garden where the paths still carry the names of the old streets. Today, walking through the park, it is hard to imagine what once stood there. Yet beneath those paths lies the memory of thousands of intertwined lives. Kowloon was not an ideal place. It was not safe. It was not just. But it was a human response to a vacuum of power, a lack of space, and an urgent need to survive. And perhaps the real question is not whether it was hell or home, but what it says about us that such a place could exist for so long.